Later that afternoon, Thomas arrived back at the sheds. The other engines were there to see him. Sir Topham Hatt then arrived. "All right, everyone," he said. "I know the cause of missing Edward is a bit nasty," he said, "but we have to pull through it. I sent Edward the crew a few days ago, and we're still getting a few notes of when he's going to come back." "When will he come back, sir?" said Thomas. "He's probably going to come back soon. I don't know when, but soon. Anyways, while Edward's at the works, we're going to need a few other engines to help out on the branch line. I'm sending the dockyard engines to work on Edward's branch line, so for the time being, Thomas and Percy will have to work on the branch line and at the harbor too. But I can't do 2 shifts. That's why," he said, "I'm enlisting the help of Stanley to help too." Thomas only smiled. He liked Stanley. "Now as for you two, after you have a few times to work on the branch line, you're going to have to work on the harbor for a few minutes until it's time for a few new replacements. Make sure the harbor is squeaky clean by the time I get there. No accidents, no problems, no mess-ups. Do you understand?" he said.
Yes,
"Yes, sir," said the tank engines. "Good." Sir Topham Hatt then left. But he didn't notice Thomas, still upset about Edward. Just then, Percy realized Tom's expression. He looked a bit worried.
Hey, Thomas, is something wrong?
"Oh, no, no. It's fine," said Thomas, and he rolled back into the shed.
Oh, okay then?
The next day, Stanley did his job like ease. The coaches appreciated him, and so did the passengers. A few minutes later, the 2 engines arrived at the harbor. The dockyard manager was seeing them. Soon, Thomas forgot about Edward. Then the dockyard manager spoke.
Alright, you two. You'll be shutting those trucks for goods trains. Make sure they're done by 7 o'clock. Got it? Of course, sir.
"Yes, sir," said the 2 engines. Soon the 2 engines were at work at once. Thomas had already forgot about Edward, but Percy didn't know. But the trucks were having a bit of a hard time with the engines. Thomas biffed them with a bump.
Whatever is happening? Now's our chance.
The 2 engines were finished instantly. The dockyard manager was impressed when he arrived.
Well done, you two. You worked really hard. But it was worth it. You're really useful engines after all. Right, sir.
"Thanks, sir." He then walked away. Soon Thomas smiled. He had completely forgotten about Edward. He then saw something. The cars weren't perfectly arranged with the siding they were on. There was a brake van close behind. That might be a train, he thought to himself. I'd better go organize it, he said. He then puffed off and searched for a turntable. But what neither of the engines, except Percy, knew was that the siding that the trucks were on had no buffers. It led completely out to sea. Thomas then buffered up with the train. Then the driver and fireman spoke. I don't know about this, Thomas, said the driver. How do we know it's really going to... How do we know that train is actually a goods train for somebody else? We'd better have a word with the fireman, said the driver. I'm the fireman, said the driver. Said the farmer. Oh, we'd better have a word with the guard then, said the fireman. So they set off. The crew then walked off to the brake van. But none of them knew that the brake handle wasn't set correctly up. Thomas was in trouble. Then there was even more trouble. Halfway to the guard's van, it happened.
Now's our chance! On! Faster, faster!
Thomas was shocked. The trucks were pushing him. I can't stop! Percy saw this course of action. He was shocked.
Thomas! Look out! You're heading for the sea!
The guard of the train had seen everything. He was in danger. He called out as loud as he could.
Wait. What the? Hey, stop! Stop!
But there was no use. Fortunately, the fireman jumped inside the cab. Thomas braked hard. The guard, Percy, and Thomas watched in horror as the truck biffed the brake van off its key and into the sea.
Bust my buffers!
Oh dear. Luckily, no one was hurt.
Get the ropes! Quickly!
It took a long time to clean the mess. Both the breakdown crane and a crane boat had to arrive to clean up the mess. Too much.
Oh dear, so Topham Hatt's not gonna like this.
And unfortunately, the dock manager was right. You two had one rule, he said. That was not to mess anything up. You two have caused confusion and delay. Now we desperately need Edward, but not when he's with you two. You two are a disgrace to this railway. Thomas and Percy were shocked. Sir Topham had never said that before.
But sir, we...
It was my fault, said Thomas. I didn't know the trucks were from a train. I accidentally shunted them without anybody realizing, except for Percy. It was me who caused the accident. Sir Topham had sighed. If this really was your fault, he said, then you're gonna go to the back of the shed right after this, he said. Got it? Yes, sir, said Thomas. But what about my branch line? Stanley will take care of it. Now that I know that he isn't going to be as troublesome as you. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Gordon had seen everything. He laughed and laughed.
If you ask me, he should have stayed a shunter. Oh, that slaps me on the knee.
Arthur had seen the whole thing. He felt really sad about Thomas and upset about Gordon.
Leave Thomas alone, Gordon. It's not his fault. So what? He hasn't been like this since Edward left. Don't.
Percy heard the whole thing.
Oh, right, Edward.
Don't let Gordon keep you down. And I understand it wasn't your fault. Psh. Nonsense.
And Gordon set off. Thomas then sighed. Perhaps it's for the best. Soon the driver and fireman came back. They soon pulled the lever. Thomas set off back to the sheds. Percy sighed heavily. Not only had he lost his best friend, but now things were getting worse without Edward around. Just then, the men yelled out,
Hey, Percy, we need those trucks to be taken to the wharf. You think you can do it? Yes, sir.
The green saddle tank then set off.